Hi there, my name is Anthony Chu. I am a solutions engineer here at Mobb. In this video, I'm going to be showcasing how to incorporate Mobb as part of your CI/CD pipeline, in this case, specifically with the GitLab environment. All right, without further ado, let's get started. So what we have here is a sample repository that contains a integration of Mobb with the checkmarks static analysis scan within the GitLab pipeline environment. I will be including the link to this repository in the description below. What this contains is a set of example and usages of how to incorporate Mobb within the pipeline. Most importantly is the pipeline script that is contained here. As you can see, there are actually two stages within the YAML script in the sample. We have the checkmark static analysis scan that performs first, and we also have the Mobb autofixer stage that will run once the result is produced by the checkmark stage. So in this particular scenario, what we're going to be going through is what a typical developer will go through, which is to submit a new set of code through a merge request. So we're going to open this JSP file, and we will uncomment one of the lines here, which essentially introduces a cross-site scripting vulnerability into the code. We're going to merge this we're going to submit this into a new branch. Let's just call this feature 1. We want to start a new merge request. And from here, we will create a merge request. So the way how this pipeline has been configured is that in the event of a new merge request, it's going to trigger the pipeline. And we can see that this is what is happening here. A pipeline has now been created. If we open up the pipeline, we will now see the two stages that we discussed earlier. The checkmark stage will now initiate. And if we were to take a look at this, we will see that the scan is now initiating. And now we can see that the scan is now completed. Checkmarks indicates that we have one high severity result within the scan. And this is due to the cross-site scripting issue that we introduced earlier. We also see that the job has exited with code 1. This is important because the way we configure this is that we want to have Mobb only run when there are results found, right? So a job failure indicates that particular status. If we were to go back to the pipeline, let's see what this particular pipeline is doing. So it says it's still running. And we should see now it has now moved to the Mobb autofixer stage. So let's take a look at that. And here we can see that the Mobb stage has successfully consume the report produced by checkmarks, and a URL is now available for us to review the result of the analysis. So let's take a look at that. So from the URL, we arrive at the project page within the Mobb's user interface. And here's where all the available fixes are going to be presented to us. Now, since there was only one issue discovered by checkmarks earlier, which is the cross-site scripting issue, it is now being presented here. And we actually have a link to the fix. So let's access that. And this takes us to the fix page, right? And here's an opportunity basically for the developers to influence the direction of the fix if needed. We also show exactly what we're going to be modifying within the code through the panel on the right here, right? So everything is being displayed here so that we know exactly what is going to be committed to our code. So if we're satisfied with this, we can then proceed to commit the changes. We're going to commit this back to the branch that we were working on. So let's click on commit changes. Okay, and that initiates a new merge request essentially to merge the fix code into the branch that we were working on. And we can see that this has now initiated another pipeline, which is again going to be running to check for whether we have implemented the fix correctly. So here the checkmark stage is now running again. And let's have a look at the scan. Okay, and now with the scan completed, we can see that in this rescan, checkmarks was able to validate that we have no more issues in the code, and the job has now returned a success status. So if we were to go back to our merge request, we can see that the new merge request that was submitted by Mobb has a status of pipeline passed. We can see that within the merge request as well. It looks like everything's good and we are ready to merge. So let's go ahead and merge this particular branch into the previous branch that we were working on. So this concludes this demo on how you can easily incorporate Mobb as part of your CI/CD pipeline. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to us. Happy fixing!